For 5 hours, my WhatsApp bot rejected every single message a customer sent it. Not some messages, not messages from one country, every single one. The code compiled. The deploy said success, the log showed 0 errors, the monitoring was green, and the bug was one line. This isn't a tutorial project. I run a pizzeria in Chile and the WhatsApp bot is the ordering channel. Real customers, real orders, real money. It handles the menu, modifiers, combos, payment links, and delivery dispatch across 3 courier providers. So when it stops working, it doesn't throw an error in a console somewhere. It just stops making money. Quietly. That day I shipped what looked like the most boring change possible, a country filter. The bot was getting occasional junk from numbers outside Chile, and I wanted to drop those before they hit the order flow. The filter was this simple. If the phone number doesn't start with Chile's country code, ignore the message. Looks right, reads right. Chilean mobile numbers start with 569, that's the prefix. Ship it. Here's what I missed. Upstream, the phone number had already been normalized, and normalization strips the country code. By the time it reached my filter, a Chilean number no longer started with 569. It never could. So the condition was true for every legitimate customer. Every one of them got silently dropped. The filter worked perfectly. It did exactly what I told it to do. I just told it the wrong thing because I assumed the data arriving at my function looked like the data a customer types on their phone. It didn't. This is the part worth stopping on because it's the part that generalizes. The type checker was happy. The phone number is a string, starts with returns a Boolean. The if statement takes a Boolean. Nothing is wrong, type-wise. The compiler has no opinion about whether a string has a country code in it. The deploy was happy. It built, it shipped. The endpoint returned 200. The logs were clean, and this is the nasty one. Dropping a message wasn't an error. It was a valid, intentional code path. I wrote that path, so there was nothing to log. No exception, no stack trace, no alert. The system wasn't broken. The system was doing precisely what I'd asked, and what I'd asked was wrong. That's the class of bug that static analysis structurally cannot catch. The meaning changed, not the type. Compilers verify shape. They have no way to verify intent. And the failure mode was silence, which is the worst possible one because every dashboard I had was green. Silence looks identical to no problems until you go looking. Here's the part that still bothers me. Nobody told me. I didn't find this because a customer complained. I found it by accident. I was testing something completely unrelated, wrote to the bot myself and got nothing back. Silence. That's when we started digging, and that's when we realized it had already been like that for hours. Sit with that for a second. The customers never complained. They messaged in, got nothing, and assumed there was simply nobody on the other side. So they went somewhere else. A complaint would have been a gift. A complaint tells you something is wrong. Instead, I got silence from the system and silence from the customers. On a busy day, that's probably 10 to 15 orders that never happened. Honestly, I was angry and worried. Not because a system failed, systems fail, but because it was my own change breaking my own operation. I built it, I shipped it, and it quietly cost the business money for 5 hours while every dashboard told me everything was fine. That incident is why I now have one rule I don't break. Any change, no matter how small, gets a real functional test before it counts as done. Not it compiled, not the deploy succeeded. An actual check that the thing still works and that the thing next to it didn't break. 3 things I do differently now, and none of them are write more tests. 1, it compiled is not a test. Neither is the deploy succeeded. A real test means executing the actual path the change affects and confirming with evidence that it did what it should and that it didn't break the thing next to it. 2, when you change what a variable means, grep every single use of it. Not the type, the meaning. The compiler will not help you here. It's the one refactor where you're completely on your own. 3, treat silence as a signal, not as success. If a code path can drop something, count it. A counter reading dropped. 4,812 would have caught this in about 10 seconds. Green dashboards told me nothing because I was never measuring the thing that failed. The uncomfortable part, I'd been running this system for months without an incident. The confidence was the problem. That change was so obviously trivial that I skipped the 1-minute check that would have caught it. This channel is called "It compiled fine" because of that day. That sentence is technically true and completely useless. The code compiled fine. The customers still got nothing.